Hi guys, welcome back to Simply Watching TV. Tonight we will be talking about Girlfriends season 2, episode 4, Un-Treatable. So let's get right into it. So the scene opens up with Joan and the girlfriends sitting at home complaining about all their relationships and then, doing the usual. So let's fast forward back to where they get to, not fast forward back, but let's fast forward to where they get to this bougie high-end store somewhere in Larchmont. And they're all looking like at these clothes. You know those bougie stores where it's like, oh, everything's on sale, and then the sale price is like $300. Girl, that is not a sale. So of course Maya's like, oh, these are cute, but I can't afford it. And then they're all trying to like talk her into, just splurging, getting something special for herself. And then there's always that one pushy sales girl that's just doing too much. Like, relax, we got it. Why was Maya even there? Like, don't take me and I'm just like sitting on the side waiting for y'all to finish shopping. Like, how boring is that? So they finally convinced Maya to try on this really expensive dress, and of course it looks great on her. Honestly, Maya had like such a nice shape and the dress looked amazing. I would have bought it. Lynn trying to ask everybody and their mama if she could borrow $1. No. So Maya buys the dress, but did you check in with Darnell and Wells Fargo before you did that? William is still trying to make us all believe that he's actually going to marry Yvonne. Snoozer. But one thing he is serious about is making sure Yvonne quits her lifelong dream of being a cop. So you're not serious about taking her actually to Weddingville, but you're serious about her actually quitting. He was serious. Like they planned the wedding and everything, but still, like, everybody knew that they wasn't going to get married for real. But you're dead set on making sure she quits her job because it makes you uncomfortable. All she is a cop. You act like she was doing stuff on film. Oh, now Darnell all hot and bothered because there ain't no money in the account because he tried to buy a carburetor and the car got declined because Maya done spent all their savings on the dress from wherever that little bougie boutique is called. Now, I get buying a gift for myself. Buying a got it, girl gift. Buying a...
You've been doing it, girl gift. Buying a...
Keep up the good work, girl gift. But not when that's your entire savings. Who am I kidding? Yes, I would still buy it. Even if that is my entire savings, I'll get it back. Can I just say, I am so glad. So we are in the season where they switch from the Darnells from Flex Alexander to the actual Darnell that we all know and love. I'm just so glad they made the switch. Like, a lot of things in TV, I look back and I go, I don't know why that happened, how it happened, but I'm grateful that it happened. That's one thing that I'm grateful that it happened because I just could never get into Flex Alexander being Flex Washington, Brianna's daddy being Darnell. No, thank you. No, ma'am, no ham, no turkey. No, would have got attitude from me too. Like, dang, don't just demand. Like, yeah, maybe I'll take it back because now I feel bad for spending all the money, but you ain't gonna make me. You ain't gonna tell me what to do and take it back. I'm gonna take it back. Now Joan and Sean, because side note, Sean is in New York still on that little 6-month like job thing or whatever, where he's gonna realize that he don't want Joan for real. But while they're still trying to entertain whatever little relationship they have, they're trying to do it on the phone. It's not working. Of course Maya can't take the dress back. Didn't they tell you the return policy at the register? Or maybe this is back when they didn't need to do that, or where they weren't doing that, and then enough people started getting fed up with the fact they're not doing that and they can't take the stuff back, and then they had to start doing that. Because any place where they handwrite your receipts, you can't take that back, boo. And it was on sale. You for sure can't take sale items back. You can't take clearance items back. But they say that at the register. This is final sale. You can't take this back. You can't bring it back. Oh, you know what? I think she was going to give her a store credit. But then again, I don't even shop in here. This is my first time in here, and this is only because of my friends. So what am I going to do with a store credit? I was going to say I never liked store credits, but that's not true because I shop at stores where I shop. So of course I could do something with a store credit. I'm going to just get something else. But not when you don't shop there. And not when the only thing you were there for was that one thing and there's like nothing else that you would get. Especially if you needed the money for something completely different, like a carburetor. Ain't nothing like telling your husband that you spent $300 on something that you cannot take back and have any money for it. Like, I know he was mad. And you know, men do that little thing where like they act like they're not mad just so that they don't hurt your feelings even more, but they're pissed. I know Darnell was pissed. Oh, I know he was pissed. So of course she keep the dress, and now Darnell gotta act like she look amazing in it. I mean, she do, but like it still doesn't beat the fact that I don't have the money that I need. So yeah, whatever. You look alright, but where's that? My $300. Yeah. So Yvonne then took herself down to the police department and turned in her badge and her stun gun for Big Willie. And he had a nerve to, first of all, act shocked. You've been berating her this whole time since the engagement about her quitting her job. Now when she actually does it, really? You did that for me? God, who else did I do it for? It wasn't for me. Then she gonna sit here and talk about, I had to think about it. If my job is the one thing standing in the way of me and true love, I have to rethink my priorities. Who wrote this? What are you talking about? Your priority? Your priority is to pay your bills. He can't. What? Somebody should have told her love don't live here anymore. Okay? And neither do she, because rent is due and you just quit your job for a man? Yvonne. I'm like, Lynn, what episode was that? You quit your job for a man? Girl, shut up. You don't even have a man or a job. Still, at least she knew I wouldn't, even if I did have a job, I wouldn't be quitting it or that paycheck for Big Willie. And then for him to stand you up at the altar anyway. Spoiler alert. But again, this show was back in like the early 2000s. It's been over 20 years. If you haven't watched it, I don't want to hear nothing about spoilers. Just go ahead and watch the show. It's on Netflix. I think it's on another streaming app too. So just go ahead and watch the show. Go ahead and watch the show, because you know what? I'm getting to the point where I'm just going to just say what it is, okay? She quits her job for a man who's going to stand her up at the altar and not even marry her anyway. Thank God she was able to get her job back. But still, are you kidding me? You actually went through with it? I probably would have entertained the thought up until the wedding, and then by the honeymoon, sorry, he was not gonna not marry you if you didn't quit the force. Like, I don't. That being a non-negotiable is stupid. Or is it? Because I don't see myself dating or marrying a cop. And some of the reasons, look, and the other reasons though, is because I don't want to put up with that. So I kind of get where he's coming from. Like, you know, cops are always, ooh, that's crazy. Cops are always like in that line of duty. I don't want to have to deal with a spouse that's in the line of duty. So I get it. But if that's her lifelong dream, that's her lifelong dream. And it was her lifelong dream. So that's kind of messed up. Especially when you stood her up. You didn't even go through with it. I could see if y'all went through with it and then y'all just got divorced. Then it's like, oh, okay. You tried to make it work. But you didn't even go through with it. So you made her quit for nothing. So you wasted her time. William used to be my favorite, but this actually, now that I'm sitting here thinking about it, that's pretty crazy. That's pretty crazy of him to do. And then, I'm sorry. Also, I don't like the fact that that whole priority line, again, what if she had an issue with you being a lawyer for whatever reason? Was you ready to quit your job? You was going to be ready to turn in your briefcase? You was going to be ready to live with the fact that you'll never be able to make junior or senior partner? You have a license plate that says, I sue you. So, like, what if she had a problem with you being a lawyer? Were you ready to make that commitment for her? No. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, Joan is falling asleep doing the phone thing with Sean. I don't know how any of them, both of them, thought that was going to be successful. So Joan and Sean, of course, got into another argument. You're not compatible. And then Maya and Darnell over here making love on this $300 dress that she done just bought. I'll give it to Maya though. She a hustler. She went right up in that store and said, okay, you ain't gonna give me the dress back or my money? I'm gonna sell it right in your store. Now that's crazy because they would have caught the cops and had her kicked out for sure. But she made a bargain. Okay, I like the new Darnell. And I know this has nothing to do with the actors and changing and all that. But why are you getting spicy when I got the money back? Because it's a macho thing? So now you're okay. Which camera? Am I here? You sat here and you got mad at me because I spent $300 on the dress. I told you that the dress made me feel good. You didn't care. You got mad at me anyway. You told me to take the dress back. Tried to take the dress back. The lady told me I could not take it back. I could only get a store credit. I tell you about the store credit, couldn't take the dress back. You said, oh, it's okay. Don't worry about it. But we all knew you still had that anger and that pain in your voice, right? I had to do what I had to do, and I had to go and I had to sell this dress back in the store to get the money back so you can buy the carburetor for yourself and your car so you can feel like a man. And you turn around and you tell me when I come back with receipt and cash, I told you to keep the dress and you should listen to me. And now you mad at me? See, this is why married people be getting on. Like, married issues be pissing people off. Because how did me taking a $300 dress back to the store turn into you not being able to take care of me? If we couldn't afford the dress, we couldn't afford the dress. If we couldn't afford to lose the $300 to a dress, we couldn't afford to lose the $300 to a dress. It has not, like, please, boo. Ain't nobody just found out that you are not rolling in dough. Nobody just found that out. People knew you've been scratching and saving, living paycheck to paycheck. No tea, no shade. But don't sit here and try to make it seem like, okay, now the issue is bigger than the dress. Now the issue is the fact that you think that I can't provide. In this moment, you literally cannot provide for me. So what you want me to do? I took the dress back and I got the money back. Shut up, go buy your carburetor and leave me alone. I know I was doing too much. In this scene, in my opinion, he was doing too much. So now Joan calls herself getting on the first red eye to New York because she just could not live without Sean and his little rinky dink. And so he has the nerve to ask her to move to New York because he didn't landed some 6-month job and it's impossible to be without each other. So she tells him, no, I can't move. I have my friends, I have my job, I have my life, I have my people in Los Angeles. And he's like, forget them. People move every day, B. And you know what? She would have been a plum fool if she would have moved to New York for him. Because, again, another spoiler, I moved to New York just to get here, try to figure out New York life, for you to realize, this relationship just really isn't working for me. I'm not about to pack up my bags and move to a different state for you to change your mind. And nobody's saying that would have happened or it would not have happened. But what we're saying is, no. That's what we're saying. Kind of stick and stay with that, huh? That's true too. She also brought up a very valid point. Yeah, I can't just practice law in any state. I can't just pick up and practice law in any state. Now I have to prepare to take another exam that I already took in the state that I figured I was going to spend most of my career in. What do I look like studying for another bar exam? Like, do you even think? I just now realized it. This whole relationship was about her chasing him. Ew. This whole relationship was about her chasing him. She meets him at the art gallery. Stay with me. She meets him at the art gallery. She chases him over and over and over. Gives him her number. Ooh. Okay. She chases him over and over. Whatever. He finally, they get in a relationship. He's going MIA every now and then. She's chasing, calling him 50 million times. Where are you? Blah, blah, blah. They get into this little spat about doing it over the phone and how it's not working. But he's in New York. And does he come on a free weekend to Los Angeles to see her? No. What does she do? She hightails it on that plane and she goes to New York to see him. This whole relationship is her chasing him. And then he tells her when she gets there to stay in a hotel because he can't handle sleeping with her. And what can't you handle? You hadn't already had sex. So you can't handle the fact that she's only there temporarily. So valid points are being brought up by Joan. I don't know what Sean is talking about, but valid points are being made. The only part that she messed up is staying in a relationship with this idiot. Well, they decided to take a break in this episode, but Like, she still had hopes that they were going to rekindle things when he moved back to. No, he's no. Okay, she brings up, okay, she brought up the whole bar thing, whatever. She said, I'm not staying with you. This fool has the nerve to bring up the fact that she needs to stay in a hotel because he's a sex addict and he can't take this 1 time, 2 times a week thing, whatever, bull crap. And she's like, so then another part, she brings up this fact that she was like, so you let me fly all the way over here and waste travel miles for you to tell me that I need to sleep in a hotel, even though you have your perfectly furnished and fine apartment here, all because I don't want to permanently move to New York with you. And he's like, well, I moved you, I let you fly here because I thought you were going to want to be with me. You didn't bring that up though until after she got here. You didn't bring that up when she was in the airport. You didn't bring it up when she was talking to you on the phone, because I'm pretty sure she let you know that she was buying tickets to go over to New York. You didn't let her know. You didn't even give her an iota of an idea that this is what you were considering and wanted to ask her while she was booking her flight. So I don't want to hear nothing about, oh, I thought you were going to, no. You didn't think nothing, Buster. So they finally decide to go on a break, and I say good riddance, okay? And really, and of course we end with Tweedledum and whatever, sitting in the bougie boutique trying to sell their store credits. Maya would be the voice of reason on how to save a penny. I'm out.